think we're streaming now. Good stuff. Okay. So, welcome back. Well, not even welcome back. Welcome to the town of Walhampton. So, this is the market square of it. It's looking pretty good. Let's try to figure out how I want the rest of it to go. So, currently got these 3 buildings sitting here. Merchant houses, Georgian merchant houses looking over the continuation of the square. Trying to think about what if we want any features in the centre of the square. Might be worth having some. I'm also just trying to find a bit of inspiration for a few other buildings in the place, like something to put at the back of the market square. And I think I found something, but I'm not sure if it's going to be too plain, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So yeah, welcome. This is all a bit weird. Haven't really done this for a very long time. We just turn a couple of those things down a little bit. But yeah, so sit back, enjoy, watch me build, listen to a bit of music, see how we're doing really. Okay, so I think what I'm going to carry on with now are these buildings here. So as you can see, the backs of them are not correct at the second, they're just open messes. So that's going to be a doorway. As you can see, I've put a little step down in here. Interiors aren't really my sort of strong point. I do them occasionally or just very basically. But for this, I'm not really too fussed with it. So anyway, let me introduce this. This is a server. I'm now running it on a server, a bucket server, or one of the servers that have plugins. So from there, we can have people come on and build. I've got all sorts of permissions. Everything's sort of, everything's set up so people can come on and join, have a look around without damaging anything, which is one of the main things that I really wanted to do. I hate it when people come on and grief servers. So I know you guys probably wouldn't do that, but yeah. So this is just a little merchant house. Quite a long garden that reaches into the sort of graveyard area of the church. We'll figure out what we're doing with this. As you can see, I'm sort of just building on top of trees, which isn't the best way to do it, but it's all right. The levels are all over the place at the moment. This is sort of how I build. I plan things out first, and then tidy it all up later on, if I remember. Many a place I've done before, and I've just sort of left everything lying about, and taken a screenshot and gone, hey, look at this, and everyone goes, oh, that's nice. But in the background you can see I've hidden away some areas that I haven't actually tidied up. So I'm going to try and stop doing it that way, and start trying to do it properly, or actually finish a build off, which is it's a little bit different. We'll see if I can actually stick to that. But yes, so I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with this back of this building. I think we'll put another floor on this bit, but I'm keeping this one at that level, so we put that across like that and stick a roof on there. This stream will be condensed down into the next time lapse, so I'm not sure when that will come out. Hopefully soonish. But yeah, so that will just be the time lapse for the market square. I've already done the one for the town hall over there, and this will include all of this stuff I'm building here. It's going to be quite a big build actually. I'm probably going to keep it so I do the entire area in one stream, no, in one time lapse. But yeah, so if you don't fancy watching this possibly 2-hour long stream, then I'm sure if you look through the channel you might be able to find a speed build of this. That's something there for the later viewers, because obviously I haven't done it yet, as how can I be streaming it if I end up showing it already. But yeah, so this is all new to me, so I'm probably going to rabble along for a bit until I get to a nice sort of working level of talking. but I've done it before. So let's be clear, I used to have a channel. It was called Sassy Treacle. Did a lot of building on there, a lot of stuff for what was called Whiteberg City, and from that I've taken that branding and that whole idea of Whiteberg onto its own individual channel, which I think some of you people have seen before. I've definitely had a few comments from people going, oh yes, you know, he lives, or whatever like that. So that was where I started out, but now we've gone onto its own channel by itself, and just gonna build to my heart content until, you know, something comes of it. I just love building in Minecraft, I'm not gonna lie. It is one of my favourite things to do. Sit there at work thinking about stuff to build. I know it sounds pretty sad, but yeah, it's not like I've got a boring job, but my job entails that I design things, so sort of sitting there thinking about what I can design gets the juices flowing, gets me wanting to build. So I finally caved and went, I'm going to start building again, and that led on to me actually putting the server up again. So I think in this video's description I'll put the link for this server IP, and you should be able to just come on and be a guest, fly around, warp to things. I don't think I've put any warps in yet, but have a look around, see what's going on. But yes, close that down for a second, and that. But yeah, so if you're watching this, give me any suggestions in the comments. Just gonna put something up on Twitter. Let's try and get the people coming over here. Post another picture of something. Let's go for that one again. But yeah. Okay, we'll have a little roof on this one. So I've got a little style that I like to go for. Georgian buildings aren't the most interesting in the real world. They are quite plain and flat. Same with sort of most Victorian traditional ones. But what I like to do is stick to a certain style because I enjoy building it. It's not because I'm boring, but you you put your own details into it. So you use greens, you use foliage and all of that to try and cover up areas you don't want people to see, and you put drain pipes in. So I like to use walls as drain pipes. And now we've got this version of Minecraft, there's all sorts of new types of walls, so we end up with some better looking drain pipes. I used to just use cobblestone walls and it didn't look the best, not gonna lie. But yeah, so one way to put a bit of depth into a wall is to put a drain pipe on it. Obviously you can go a little bit overkill, but as you can see here I've put on quite a lot of greenery around the front. So in real life, I shared a picture of this on Twitter as well. It's 3 buildings in a row, and they have this huge tree of ivy growing across the front of it. And it gets cut down quite a bit, and it just looks good. But for this, I'm trying to think of where I can put a drain pipe on any of these. I don't think I can. Maybe this one actually. But yeah, it just sort of takes away from the red brick a little bit, and just cuts into corners. Oh wow, I've actually got this flowing. This all needs to be filled in, I think. But yeah, so I'm just going to sit here and build for months on end until we have a good looking town. My ultimate goal actually is to do a map, an actual like hand-drawn, not even hand-drawn, but drawn on Photoshop, AutoCAD or something, map of the entirety of this world with all the towns and villages and all of that around. So that's a long way off at the moment, let's just say, but it's definitely what I'm aiming for. So I hope I can actually get to that point. We'll see if we get any interest in people wanting to come and build on here, because my idea is if we get some builders on, then they can just go off and found their own village or town somewhere and build it within a similar sort of time frame, era and style. So the era and style is between like the 1700s all the way up to sort of 1910, 1915 architecturally wise. So you're encompassing the whole of, in the English periods, the Georgian, the Victorian, and the early part of the Edwardian, which I feel is probably some of the best British architecture you've got out there. A lot of the buildings that we all recognise today were built in those styles. You've got the neoclassic for the Georgian, you've got the neo-Gothic for the Victorians as being, you know, Houses of Parliament, that sort of thing. But me, I'm a sort of railway buff, I would say. I love railway architecture and infrastructure. So if I see an old-fashioned station building, I just fall in love with it. Especially the William type ones, 1830s. Did a lot of stuff for the London and Southampton Railway, as it was known then. His buildings are still standing, a lot of them. My favourite one is probably the terminus station of Southampton, down by the docks. No longer used, but I'm tempted, very tempted actually, to build that one in this town as the railway station, which I think I will do. So it'll be over the front, over there. So we'll see how that goes. But yes, so for now, anyway, those are future plans. For now, we're building these nice townhouses. Try to think of a way to make this back garden look nice. For the wall, I think I will go for a mixture of. It's tricky. This I don't really know what I want. I don't want to overkill with brick, but brick is just so used and so well done. If we go for, but this is going to be sitting into a church. I could go with brick still. I've got an idea. So I tend to use like stone as my base block. A lot of buildings you'll start to notice have like one level and then you walk up a stairs into the front door. That's very common, very common in the world. So that's what I've gone for. That's not too bad actually. And then we'll put a capping stone on top of that, or should we go for a cobble? Wow, yeah, achievements. Yeah, so this is a brand new server. That's why it's showing the achievements up. Although I believe I said it did not show achievements, but hey ho. So stream-wise, I don't know if this format's good. I'll have to wait and see if actually anyone ends up watching it. But for now, it's how I'm going to probably do it. It's just easiest way for me to do while having a full-time job and all of that. So I can only stream of an evening. That's sort of British time, so right now it's 8 o'clock in the evening on a Wednesday. So this is probably a regular time for how I want to do this. Right, so this, I think this wall, it's going to have some dirt built up around it, like a little hill. And then the ground level rises up to here anyway. So I do a lot of stuff just by eyeing it in rather than calculating it. I think a lot of natural stuff needs to look natural. Needs to look like it's just randomly popped in one day, rather than it being a forced sort of lots of straight lines, which is quite hard in a game where your majority is, well, everything's a straight line. Got to build in your bend, build in your curves, which leads to some interesting buildings. So I'm going to do my best to keep these builds interesting, while also maintaining their realism, because that's what I'm really going for here. Trying to not be as realistic as I can, but close enough that it actually feels really nice, and you could look at it and go, wow, that could possibly be a real house somewhere. I know, it's a bit like, whoa, okay, a bit crazy, but still, it's what I want to do, and it's how these streams are going to go. So yeah, I'll probably stream, and then I tend to take the streams and, well, not even the streams, I tend to take the replay footage. So from the replay mod, take the footage from that to then turn it into a speed build, time-lapse type thing. So I'm going to use this wooden sword as a tool to build a path. So if you have watched any of my time lapses, is what I'm trying to say, you notice I do a lot of stuff with like wool or blue and red stuff. Now this is just like a sort of planning block I tend to use. It's something I picked up years ago, and it's just a nice way to not have to place blocks down. You just build a pattern in first and then go from there. So that's going to be some sort of path through the garden. So with Word Edit you can do this quite easily. You just replace blue wool with I'm tempted to put it slightly flatter, so if we go 44. I don't know the codes for them anymore, but I'm going to type it in cobblestone slab, stone slab, and then we'll do a smooth stone slab. And there you have it. So that cuts this little bit of garden quite nicely. Let's take out some of the sharper edges. So we've got a couple of flower beds now. Not even flower beds, a bit of a lawn, a bit of a path through it. Yeah, let's try and blend that in. Oh yeah, but yeah, so I'm still relatively new to coming back to this. I've been doing it for a couple of months on and off until I sort of decided finally to bite the bullet and start making YouTube videos again. So far the response has been really positive, so I'm really happy with that. But yeah, for now I'm just going to take it as it comes, see what's happening, have a bit of fun with it, to be honest. That's what it's here for, it's a bit of fun. Right, should we put some trees in? So we use the whole, I think it's essentials. So tree, we'll do large oak. Can't bind it to that. No, I know that, we'll bind it to that then. Put a couple of trees in. So I don't like leaving my trees all flat edged and horrible. So I'm just gonna go around and randomly smash away at some of it. Try and put a couple on. Make it look a bit more natural. Don't know if that worked, but you can see what I've done with these other trees around here. And they're ones that I've done many years ago and just had lying around in my schematic files for Word Edit. So that's how that works. But yeah, so I take a couple of blocks from here and put a couple of things like that, just a bit of spice of life in there. Now the best thing you can always do is put a couple of bushes around. Bushes always just make everything look a bit more green and real. So, not the best at doing the gardens, but anything's better than nothing in this sense. So I'm still trying to figure out, it does look like we've just got these gardens sticking out to a field. There's going to be gravestones and all of that throughout this area, so it'll look a bit different once it's filled in. You may notice as well I've got all sorts of random things like these trapdoors around this glowstone. That's because I tend to use trapdoors to form like little lanterns. Problem is, texture pack used to, the one I built this all on in 1.4, no 1.9.4 or 9.6 or something, had, I think they were birch trapdoors as like the basic ones, and then oak has now had its thing changed to the same code. You end up with that. But also using some World Edit trickery, I've managed to do quite a few of these using iron ones. So see them around the place, like over. Oh no, these definitely aren't. Ah, fiddlesticks. All right, don't worry about that. We'll fix that later on. Okay, cows needs to be murdered because he's stuck in it. Right. So I think we'll do a similar thing with this and just replace the floor down to this level. So in this one you can walk straight out. Straight out into the garden. Oh, I see, that was part of that, right. And we'll put a little bit of roof on here. This one, I think, we can do a little pitched roof again. So it's starting back. So it's sort of, yeah, there we go. Oh, actually, do that, and then we'll just do a bit of flat roofing on there. Don't know, something like that. My sort of advice is you just play around with it and see what fits. If it feels like it's working, go for it. There's no hard fast rule to how to build in Minecraft. You do what you feel is best. If it looks alright, if it doesn't look stupid or boring or basic, then go for it. I'll show you some of the stuff over here. So this is the high street I've started and not finished. Struggling to think about what to put in this corner block. I can probably put one more shop, small little skinny shop in there. Then this corner plot, I'm not sure. I was tempted to put a residential building in there or something, but still not entirely sure what I actually fancy with that one. But I'm sure we'll come around to it. Let's see what's sorry, we'll see what goes on. So this is my bridge over the canal. This was a bit of a tricky one. Diagonal stuff's always hard, but diagonal with stairs and all that, it gets a bit messy. Sorry, I'm just drinking a cup of tea. Need something to keep me going. Oh, some orange wool left over here. Also, I think in the sort of canon of this world, this bridge was built a lot later than the railway line. So I think in my head, I've gone, this bridge was built once the canal was like straightened up and built round. So it's a lot later. It's like the late part of the 19th century, whereas this bridge over here, medieval. It's ancient. It's been there forever. It's like the main bridge between the areas. So this is the main road. This is the avenue, as it will be called in this world. Goes from there down to here at the moment. Past a couple of nice large villas. We got a couple more villas on this side. This one, I need to actually do some landscaping around the front. I've just blocked it all out. It doesn't look great. It's very plain. I'm not keen on it. It's one of my first ones I built in this world. This one, right, this one is a copy over from my original Let's Build a Town series. It's about 4 years old now. Yeah. So I did some reconstructive work on that on a stream actually. So it's one of the older videos to look back on, but I'm happy with it. It was a nice little build. It's huge. It's a huge building. You can see inside. I started to do things like this. But yeah, the garden was one of my favourite ones. So you've got a nice big patio area, wall just full of leaves, which is quite nice. And then just a bit of a garden. So we come around to the back. It's obviously going to be, the town's going to extend out this way over that river, using this road or whatever. But yeah, so last week I did a stream on building that bridge and this house. This was just freehand, completely from my mind. No inspiration was that. So if you come around here, that was the mansion time lapse. That brings us back. Brings us back round to the front here. So it's not the biggest town at the moment. There's so much more to build with it. So if you're tempted to come on and have a go, please do. I'm very welcoming. Just need to take some sort of application from you to see what's what. Oh, that's a nice idea actually. We might put some benches around here. I received a comment saying, you know, we could do some street furniture, as it's known. So maybe put another. We could put a bench under here actually. But yeah, so please come on and feel free to have a look around. Actually, I'll put that back up against this. So this is known as a cross. Lots of medieval towns have them. It's my interpretation of one that I saw at Winchester in down Hampshire. So you know, it's a bit different. We can put a couple of seating areas in there. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. This is my problem. I get very sidetracked with this sort of stuff. I end up just running around going, oh, have you seen this? Have you seen that? Oh, let's do this. So, as you can see, I've got a lot of wall left here for things I haven't actually started building yet. But let's get these houses finished before I go off somewhere else in my mind. So put this bit up there. So extend across. A bit of water in. I think for this, we're gonna. Where's the floor level here? We just need a bit of glass. I hope the music's alright. It's just some royalty-free stuff. I've just got a playlist playing in the background. It's quite smoothing actually to build to. So that's the floor level, so one up from there can be that. And I think we'll put, yeah, so if we, sorry, I'm just trying to think about how we'll do this while trying to burp as well, so that's not very nice. But yeah, so I hope to just grow this community and this channel. Minecraft's one of those games that you can just pick back up after years of not playing it and go, we're building this, or we're playing this, or we're doing something with it. It's so easy to get back into after years of just neglecting it, really. I used to have a server many moons ago, and that was always a blast to play on. I had some great people on it, absolutely great people. And we built some incredible stuff, so I'll put a link in the description actually to the original channel I used to have, just so you can, if you're interested, see what some of the projects we built and some of the stuff I wish I could have time-lapsed because it was just mega. We've tried, single-handedly actually, I tried to build the War Office, or the old War Office in Whitehall in London. It's this big white building, huge. It's got like a diagonal side down one quarter of it. And it was a massive mission. I only ever built like the externals. I never did the internals, nor did I finish the roof before I closed the server down. But it was one of my favourite builds. It was just so intricately detailed, and if I could, I would love to have another go at building it, but not entirely sure where I would put it in this city. Sorry, this town. So I'm not going to go. We're not going overly grandiose. We're trying to stick to a style, but there'll be some nice. I've already got enough. Drop my brick. I've already chosen an idea for the corner here, which would be quite nice. I think it's going to be an Edwardian building or a late Victorian one. On the corner there, more brick to capture this brick. And just yeah, this is so much fun. I'm just trying to figure out how I want this square to look exactly. Because this is going to be a road that bends back down, and this I think this is slabs at the second. Yeah, I know slabs are there. And that goes down a level. And I'm tempted to build a really big house, like a really big townhouse, like the mayor's house or something down here. Looking in on the square, but it'll back onto this lovely lake. This lake won't be a private lake as such, but it'll have like a section just for the mayor's garden. That's gone very cold. But yeah. So let's see what's going on. But there's a lot of stuff I should have actually finished building before I started the market, but for some reason lately in my head all I wanted to do was just build this marketplace. And it's getting there. So I think we'll do the same here, we'll have it so this bit's like a lot lower. Sort of stuff. So what I use this smooth stone brick for is like a, I'd describe it like a lead lining for the roof sort of thing, if you get what I mean, like a finishing bit. You'll see it on buildings if you look. For this one I'm going to go for spruce, mix it up a little bit. Trying to keep all the roofs look exactly the same because it'd get a bit boring then. Because unfortunately we've only got one type of brick in Minecraft. You can, not strictly speaking, but in this texture pack, stone brick, it looks a bit waxy. Not really what I want. For a lot of stuff I will be using sandstone, like the basic sandstone, because it looks like a lighter yellower brick that you find a lot of buildings in London built out of. I've tried using endstone before, I'm just not keen on the endstone. Yes, we've got endstone brick, like stairs and slabs and stuff, but I'm just, again, it's got the same sort of texture as stone bricks. I'm not keen on it. I probably will do something out of it, but for now I'm just going to stick to the communal garden brick. What did I do? Oh, set 45. There we go. So you see this block of townhouses does look very regal sitting here. So these are some wealthy merchants. Do we want that all the way up? I think we'll do something a bit different with this roof. So we'll start it as normal. And I'll have it come quite far down. So this is a bit of an older building, this one I would say, in terms of stuff. Right, we'll stack that, I think 10 will do. Oh! Perfect. So we'll fill that in with brick. Fill that in with brick. And I think we could have that hanging over like that. It doesn't look too bad. And then what I want to do is also bring this bit up. Set that as 45 as well. And bring that bit up to the same level. That's one too high. And then we'll have... we'll bring it down 2 more. That looks too low. No. Doesn't look too bad. And I'm going to stick in a couple of like dormer windows. Not even dormer windows, just sort of, yeah, windows that stick out the roof. I think we'll have this as a gable end on it, or should we have a turned end? But anyway, we need some of this for the central block there. I always like to use that on corners. We'll bring this round. So I'm thinking of putting a chimney on. Do I want to make this? No, I think I've gone for the dark oak for a reason. That doesn't look too bad. Just saying, I was going to choose spruce perhaps, but I think that's all right. So bring that round like that. What would that look like with? I think that would look alright if I brought that up instead of having it as a gable end. Actually no, maybe not. I think maybe like... roof building can be quite relaxing if you just sort of follow the patterns. It's trying to work out how you want the roof to look in the first place. So many different types of roofs you can go for. Yeah, I think we'll get rid of that. I think that's fine. That looks good actually. I think it's one more level up. Yep. We could even put a like that. I'll put that in like that. Cool. Try to think. We want. Oh, we got a chimney up there already. Put another one up the side there, maybe. And then the final brick, and then perfect. I think that looks a bit different. So if we find the floor level of that window, cool, so it is there. So you see I've started doing the interior of this one a little bit, only because I just wanted to mark some stuff out. Is that gonna... Let me just fill this with 5, so dark oak. Do it by 10, that should be enough. We'll have quite a nice... Yeah, we'll do it like that. So let's grab out... Oh, I've got the brick here. Stairs on the top like so. Perfect. Like that. I may mess a lot of this roof up actually. Nope. That's alright. Cool. Bit of flat roofing like that, and from there we'll get one of those. up in there. So it's going to be... Oh, that's not right. It's like a floor window. We don't want that. Put this up a little bit more. Yes. Maybe. I don't know. I didn't really know what I was trying to do with this one. So this is one of these occasions where I'm just building and seeing what happens, to be honest. Looks a bit smarter. Yeah, that's alright. Stick something in there. Boom. That means below here we put a string of windows in. Doesn't look out of place, so grab one of those. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen a little bit, but oh, that's leaked out a lot. Okay. So what happens with the fill command, any sort of reason to escape, it will escape. So that's fine like that. So if we do... Try and stick with the same little styles as we got going on the front windows. I believe that's the wrong way around, yep. And there you have it. So we've got a couple of windows in the back there. Got a random little bit that sticks out. So we'll get back around to the front and finish off the front roof. So that's just a stack. 10. Ah, that did kick out that bit. That's alright. We'll just leave that blank like that. Cool. So that's the actual, like, oh, hang on, that's not right. That needs to be... like so. Much better. So that's these three buildings sort of done. Just going to crack on with their gardens. So this bit here is going to be like another public path into what will be the cemetery, the graveyard around the church. So we've got a bit of a longer garden than this one. Sorry, a wider garden, but if we come over here and sort this garden out first, we'll just do a kill. Oh. Kill all 100. So remove. Okay, that's better. Right, we'll carry on with this little roof, little wall design we've got going on. Stick it around like that. I'll put another little gate in, so we'll have a little path that runs. Oh, no, that's not what I want to do. So that needs to be back to the replace tool. Wall blue. Blue. Wall. So we'll come out the back of here. Have like a little. Yeah. Path, and that can also come back this way. So if we extend what I've done here earlier on, have it sort of drop down the back of the houses like that. Like so. Well. we'll sort of connect it in with this path here. Perfect. So have a sort of crossroads. Right, and that brings us to the end of this plateau at the second. Sort that out in a minute. And then we need to connect it in with this path here. Right, so actually no, we can't do that because that tree's going to stay there. So if we force that back a little bit, and then 1, 2, 1, something like that. Cool. Okay, little path going on there. Do you want a little line in the middle? Nah, we'll just stick it. Fill it all in. Fill it all in. But we don't need it that wide, so it comes up to 3 wide there. Cool. So it steps up, comes around the back there. So in between all of that, we'll have the actual stuff. We don't seem to be building much of the market square. We seem to be building more of the church at the second, but I guess I didn't really want to leave these unfinished. Oh, the server's having a little bit of a second. May have crashed it. Yes, I think I have. Let me just disconnect for a second. 2 seconds while we see what's actually going on. Let me just change over to that. There we go. Anyway, yeah, it's been pretty good. This is my first proper like talking at people session, so it's quite nice to do it. But yeah, we're just seeing what's happening here. Has the server died? Or is it not? Seems to be fine. I think it was just my session hadn't done properly. Right, so there we go. No, I think the server needs to be restarted. Don't know what I've done to it. But yeah. Anyway, yeah, so I'll try and make this a weekly thing. At least, especially on the weekends, I can do a bit more. But yeah, for now, this has been pretty fun. I love doing this sort of stuff. It's a bit different. Let's see if it's back up. Is it coming back up? Have I killed it? What's going on in the console? Cool, we're back on it. I believe. There we go. Alright, where were we then? Let's have a replace. Blue wool. So we'll carry on replacing this bit. So we have 2 wide path that comes around the front of these townhouses. Well, actually, yeah. Trying to think how I want this. We can have it like that. Sorry, I'm trying to talk and think at the same time. I don't do well at multitasking, but I'll get better at it. Sort of bend it round the wall like that, and maybe have another bit going off that way. Did not want to save a screenshot, so I'm not sure. There's going to be a road that runs through there. The majority of this is going to be earth plots. Right, one. Yeah. Do hate grass sometimes. Okay, and that connects into there like that. But we also have another bit that splinters off. 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. See, we have a little path that runs right up against the side of the house. Cool. And we'll stick a tree in there or something. So it's just this sort of block of houses now, sitting here looking over at the market square. I think getting anything for that roof? No, we might put a couple of windows around here actually. Stick it up like that. So we do a 2 wide window. There we are, like that. And to finish it all off, we'll take some of these and run them down. Put another one up through there, all the way up to the roof. We'll stick another one sort of up the side of this wall here. Like that. I think I'm going to stick a window in here. That would look alright. Do one window there. Maybe another little window up here. So yeah, if you're feeling a bit nervous about building something, just go for it. That's how I've always done it. Sometimes get a bit worried about what I'm building. I want to make sure it's the right thing to be building. And a lot of the time, it probably isn't. I have to rebuild it, or do something again, or just, give it another go, but... yeah, it's going well. This town, I like it. It's good. Where are we looking? Let's go back to that. Yes. Okay. So if I just finish off this garden. That garden's a bit of a lost cause. It's a bit small. This one, I'm going to put some nice... I'll put a large tree in it. Hopefully. So we do tree. What do we want? large oak. What else we got? I think that's all we've got really. I want a, yeah, the large oak. So we do it like that. Maybe put a second one in the corner over here, so I can merge them together. Yep. Lost all the sun in the garden now, but that's alright, because I think it's like midday or something in this world. 11 o'clock. So get all the evening sun. But yeah, you see I've obviously turned off all of the particulars in terms of weather, movement of sun, animals spawning, mob spawning, you know, the basic stuff. Just gonna cut these back a bit, make it look a bit more inviting. Maybe we should have one there in this garden. No. Go grab these special blocks. Just makes it so much easier when trying to place them around. Put a couple of bushes in. Get a bit of texture on the walls. Why? Why indeed? That's a very odd thing to be saying. Why have you... Okay. So we do replace blue wool again. Not we, wool. Wow, man, I've not seen one of those in a very long time. Do it like that, up to there, and then we'll put a little door in, a little gate in there. Cool. Not really sure what to do spaces in between. Maybe some bushes. But yeah, so that's looking a bit better. It's looking good. Let me just convert all of this blue wall. Go over to here, replace wool. I think we'll just do the full blocks for this, 4, 3, and then move stone. Alright, so it's wool, it isn't like. There we have it, we have a bit more of a path coming through here. Same with that, and the same with that. Right, so I haven't entirely worked out what these graves are going to look like yet. There's one left over from when I copied this church back over. Fairly substantial one. If my memory serves me correctly, I believe this was my grave in that world. Not that I built it. I came in one day and just found a ceremony going on, and it was like this with just, you know, a chest at the bottom. It was a little bit unnerving, really. But if we do it like that, that's yeah. One grave. We'll go around and put the rest in at some point. But this isn't meant to be the church build. This was meant to be the build for that. But hey, I think that's looking good. We'll just sort this out. We'll leave it as that for a second and sort it out later on, I think. For now, I want to... If I do that and then replace... Let's just set 0. What we left at, yeah. So I'm thinking this square can probably go down a block. So when it comes to about... there... Yeah. So it's a bit different to this road. So up to there. So we'll set that as 145, no, 1,4 and smooth stone. Do that all the way down so it looks a bit better. Cool. Maybe a little less cobblestone, that doesn't really matter. Then bring that across at this level. So we're going to have to ease it down with a few slabs. How is that going to look with regards to market stalls and stuff that I haven't built yet? We will see. We will see. So 2, 3, 4. Whatever it is. Yeah, 4. So we want to set that as stone slab, cobble, stone slab, stone slab. So the more you do of one, the more it appears in the ratios. I believe this probably is an easier way to do this, but this is my archaic way from many, many moons ago. So have it pop down like that. Actually, it does make no sense for that to stay like that. So if we do that, at least there's a little bit of a gradient here. Looks a bit better. And from there, yep, carries on. So the market square is going to go down to where that road is. And behind that road is going to be a big house sitting there. Looking good. But, yeah. Right, okay, let's, I think we need to fill in this void here, or else it's going to start causing issues. So we'll do set 1, just a big old block of stone. And we'll do something here as well, fill 130. Let's sort that out slightly. So yeah, it's going to be flanked on that side as well with some buildings. I think that road's going to go off round to the back there, down there diagonally. Another branch is going to go off through there. But we will see about that. Okay, so let's carry on doing this. Get rid of some of these planning blocks because I'm not entirely sure I want to carry on with how that was before. But yeah, there's a bit of screen tearing when I move. I think that's just because I'm streaming it or whatever. I'm not entirely sure. I don't think it's coming across like that. Nope, seems to be coming off fairly smooth. Yes, sorry, I'm back, right. And so we'll bring that out to, we say there, we'll set that as, we have to rewrite it, will we? Set 1, 4, 1, smooth stone. So I'm quite tempted to do a bit more one than that. Quite tempted to build a pattern into this, like a sort of pattern out of bricks or something. Not entirely sure what I would do, but anything might do actually. I think it needs to be a bit more one into that, a bit less 4. Ah, no, that's what was missing. 98. stone bricks. Anyway, so that brings us down to here. As you can see, I've started mapping out where I want a road to go. So yeah, so that's to bring that down one level. So I need to get rid of all these trees. They're doing my head in actually. So let me just remove a big old bunch of these birch trees. Problem with building in a birch forest, there's birch trees everywhere. So I think we'll do it up to here. I'm going to replace a lot of these trees with custom build ones because I prefer them. So if we do replace birch, can you do start? No. So we have to do birch leaves and birch logs. 0. Boom, there we are. So that looks a bit better. I think we'll do another one down to here. There we go, we're getting a bit of idea what I've actually got to look at now. Perfect. A lot nicer. Yes, I'm getting ideas for this house now actually. So that's good. Right. Never fear, we've got this to carry on building. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How long is that already? That's 13. That's 8. What we want now is 9 clearly, and this can be 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So it's a slow sort of curve on that road, and then suddenly peaks up over there. How wide is the other question? I think if you make it 7. 7 seems reasonable. So we'll do the old trick of set blue wall. And from here we can put the pattern into the road, which will look quite nice. Also might stack it down quite a few times so we can get rid of all that stuff underneath it. So 1, 2, 3. And yeah, if you have any tips on how to do world edit a little bit more efficiently, just let me know in the comments. If you've got this far into the stream, that is. Tempted as well to stream a few other games when they come out. My main one I would love to play on stream is Transport Fever 2. When that arrives, I think it's meant to be December or maybe even early January. I don't want to rush it, that's the thing. If it's anything like Transport Fever 1, it's going to be amazing and it's going to be well worth just sinking hours into it. So you may see someone out on this channel as well. So it's a few months away. I could get a good following for it. We shall see. I think this road needs to come up one level there. So it pops up like that. I think this makes more sense now. Let's put that back in. Yeah, that's fine. That's now the path for there. Cool. It's looking good. It's looking a lot better than it was, in the sense of we've actually got a plan now. 1, 2, 3. Pull that up to the front there. Undo, you fool. Yeah, so Transport Fever, I always just like to try and start off as early as possible, build a passenger railway network, and then from there move on to freight and all of that. But I'm not entirely sure what the mechanics of this new one's going to be in terms of that. I hear it's like production lines, a bit more interesting stuff. So I wonder if it's going to be a bit more like OpenTTD was. We shall see. But hey, what a game. I love all those sort of transport tycoon ones where towns grow and all of that. Something wrong with me. But we shall see. Okay, I'm just going to finish this bit of road off. And then, like I said, stack it down a few times. 3. So I'm not entirely sure I want this road to connect into just yet with the main network. It's going to come around the back and guessing connecting to a road down there, but swing round as a bend, yeah. Maybe that one that comes off down there. Yeah, so we're trying to keep this pond as good as possible. Okay, let's just put in the road edge. So for the road edge, I tend to use... What have I been using? What I was going to start using was stone stairs. But I believe I'm still using stone brick stairs. Yeah, this is an older part of town, so I think this would be alright with that. So what I'm... Yeah, my goal is to try and be as realistic as possible with scale and all of that, but I try not to lose too much detail as well. So things may look a little bit larger than life sort of thing, but I try to keep it so it's all relative to each other. I don't like stuff that is wildly out of proportion just to get an extra block in a window to make it look poppier or something like that. Right, there's that road edge there. Hey, this is looking cool. So if we just connect in that road, set blue wall. Right, and then we move it down one there. Okay, something like that. There's only just like a little access road up into the market square and these houses. We'll have the same the other side. I asked that as a question. I'm not entirely sure if I want the same on the other side, but we probably will do. Cool. Right. Let's put a block in here. As long as I get this area tidied up a bit, I can start building the other buildings without sort of delay. There we are. So if we set all that as... Oh. Alright, not that well. Replace blue wall 198. Perfect. I think we're actually move on D on that there. Grab a few of those. We could do these ones just to add a bit more depth into this bit of road here. Cool. Okay, so that's the road taken care of onto site. Just need to probably, if we do a quick fill of 220, I'll kick out that way a little bit more. Nice. And then we'll just stand over here and do another one, just so we can encompass that area. And then I'm going to do something with fill 198, 4, 1, and smooth stone. And I need a radius of 20. Right, boom. So that's filled in that corner for me. It's looking good. Well, it's looking better than it was. I'm getting a better idea of where I want to be at this moment. That tea was very cold. Oh. Nasty. Right, let's finish off this road by changing it all. So replace red wool, blue wool, 198. So I've chosen 198. So I've chosen stone bricks as the road as a sort of not cobblestone. I didn't think cobblestone would work well with the roads around here. This is more of a sort of, you've got stone blocks around and just some stone, some common or garden stone as well. There we go. So that's the bit of road in there. Ah, that looks good. Let me just finish off this corner here of path. So if we do it like that, then this bit can have a tree in it, I think, like we've got the other side, but a bigger tree, much bigger, much stronger, much better. If we bring it down to about, yeah, we'll have to do it there. We can always have a break in the middle. Right, something like this. Perfect. A bit too much. Too much still. Yeah, I'll do. Okay. So with that, let's do the old switcheroo. So replace blue wool 1, smooth stone and 4. Almost got it all. Okay, it's a nice little strange shape we've got going on there. But like I said, we're going to stick a tree in it and probably roll this wall around here just to signify it's actually the graveyard you're now entering. Have a bit of a a wall, like a gate there. Don't really know what. Let's put a couple of. That's not what I wanted at all. Cool. Let's go grab a couple of whatever we've used over here. Make it a similar affair. Yeah, it's gonna have to look like that, or else it's gonna look weird. Yeah, oh, that's not right. It's not right at all. Right, let's do it like that and like that. We'll just have that around it like so. So I think we can just trim that back a little bit and have a bit of a garden. In there. Actually, I have a slight little pond in there. Because why not? Okay, now let's try and do this without destroying everything. Schematic load. White oak L. Yeah, that's not what I wanted to happen, but it's the right tree. I have a funny feeling that tree's not going to fit there, so let's try another tree. What other ones do we have that I can remember? Let's try the white oak S. It should be a bit better. Much better. Ah, that's quite a subtle tree. We'll do tree again on here. Go for a large. Let's get a large spruce in there. Oh my, that's disgusting. No, that's not what I want. So we'll go for a. I wonder what dark oak would look like there. Wrong. Wrong is the word. Let's get a tall oak in and another tall oak in. Or even a small oak. Just gotta get a lot of foliage in here. Love trees. Trees always make things look so much nicer. Right, so we have the terraced houses built there, looking over what will be the market square. So I think we will leave it there today. I'll try and think of ideas for what I want to do for the rest of this. But anyway, thank you for watching. I will be here at some point next week, doing the same thing, trying to get this bit finished. But yeah, until then, goodbye.